Finally, the slow month of August is over for WWE 2K24, and we are now hopping into September with just some good DLC news. This is very good news. Shout out to the SmackDown Hotel for having this. The DLC has been rescheduled, and we're not going to get it later. We're actually going to get it earlier on September 18th. Originally, this DLC was supposed to come out on September 20th, and now it was changed 2 days earlier, and I do think that that is a huge thing for this DLC. I mean, 2 days, 2 days later, 2 days earlier, it doesn't really make that big of a difference, but I still think it is a big deal that they are doing this. Honestly, when I looked at the date of September 18th, it was on a Wednesday, so I think that it was just supposed to be scheduled to release on a Wednesday anyway, and they just switched it, and it looks like it was something done, there was nothing wrong with dropping it on the 20th, but usually their DLC drops on Wednesdays anyway. So when I saw that this was scheduled to come out on a Friday before, honestly, it makes so much more sense to me now that this was scheduled to release on the 18th, which now means we will be getting a new patch on the 17th. It usually comes out on the day before. People usually get the DLC a day before if you are on PC and you know what you're doing. So there is going to be different ways for us to go on ahead and get this done. I am super excited for this DLC that is going to include Carlito, Dragon Lee, Jade Cargill, Kairi Sane, Lyra Valkyria, Michelle McCool, and Nia Jax. So for those that have been waiting for the women, this is your DLC pack where we're only going to receive 2 guys in this pack, and that is going to be Carlito and Dragon Lee, which I am super excited for. But I think the standout of this DLC pack is Jade Cargill. Now, when it comes down to patches and things like that, will we see some big changes and upgrades? No, I just don't believe that at this point in the year we are going to get anything. I think that they are getting ready to close the doors on this DLC and just move on. So I don't see that happening now, but I do see just new weapons and things like that definitely getting added. I think that this is going to be a patch where we get some stuff refined, get a couple new things here and there, but nothing crazy or nothing that really needs to be fixed. And we can go on about servers, universe mode, everything like that. I've kind of given up on universe mode this year. Y'all don't really hear me talking about that too much because I do think that there were a lot of simple changes that could have been made and they weren't made. So at that point, it just makes you feel like, all right, I get it. Now, my faction. We see there that we've gotten some new additions in my faction. Slim Jim, Macho Man. We can go on and on. Scott Steiner was also added as a live event persona card, which is super dope if you have the Amethyst Sami Zayn. I do think that there is a good job being done with a lot of this live events and my faction persona cards. You love to see new things being added to this game, and obviously my faction is not the fan favorite, and I do completely get that, but it is nice to see some new characters being added through my faction. I did see that there was some more stuff. If you got some collections done, LA Knight, if you got him done, you can go on ahead and unlock some more wrestlers, which is dope, but then again, it goes back to the money aspect. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I wish that there was an easier way, something where the community can come together and just grind and earn stuff, but I definitely get it. If you guys haven't seen Pro Wrestling Shoot, Jesse's podcast, he went ahead and had the My Faction designer or lead designer over on his show, and he went ahead and took questions from all of the content creators, asked them the questions, and I think that it was a pretty good interview, and we got some transparency with My Faction and what's going on with it and what can be added or what to expect within the next couple years or so. And they basically said, listen, we're still trialing stuff out, so I am excited to see what is added to my faction within the next couple years, because I know that a lot of you guys dislike it, but I do think that this is a mode that could add some longevity to the game, as that's the one mode that I just get on to play for at the moment. If you guys haven't checked this out yet, about 3 days ago there was a Bash in Berlin locker code added, which gives you some heat cards, and you get a Seth Rollins and Ilya Dragunov, which I think is pretty dope, and then you get 2 heat packs where you have a chance to pull some of those Amethyst. So we could hopefully see a fire sale soon when it comes down to my faction, but I definitely wanted to talk about that DLC, as I do think that this is great for WWE 2K24, and just recap some stuff on the my faction mode as well. Will you guys be unlocking Scott Steiner? Let me know down below, because I definitely will be trying to get that Sami Zayn to unlock Scott Steiner. Seth Rollins persona card is already available, so the persona cards are there, the content is there, and I definitely want to continue seeing them pour some of this content into this game. I think August had to be the huge month. It wasn't as big, even though this weekend pretty decent, pack content week, but want to see some more stuff. But this is some good news, y'all. We will see you on September 18th with the Global Stars DLC pack. Super excited for that. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys did enjoy this video, I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.